Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for tuning into Meshi TV once again. In today's video, we are going to be setting up our week for June 15th to the 21st in my hourly layout Erin Condren life planner. Oh my goodness, it's been a hot minute since we filmed. So without further ado, why don't we just dive right in? And I'm going to take just a mere moment. If you are wondering sort of where did I disappear to, it just honestly, it did not feel right for me to continue to post anything, especially in the last week and a half with regards to global events, especially with the events that are happening in the States. So I actually felt like one of the best ways that I can contribute is just by literally dedicating my social platform on Instagram and on Facebook, primarily on Instagram, where I can really give voices to those that have been really suppressed for a really long time. And I wanted to actually dedicate an entire spread to that. And I think that I'm going to go back a week. So you're looking at this week right now. If there is too much glare, I'm sorry. Let me just kind of tilt it a little bit. But I found a couple of pictures on Instagram. One is on Breonna Taylor. The other one is, this is actually, I believe, this was on Preston Smiles' Instagram account, and so I just kind of took the screenshot of that. I believe that this is in New York. Please don't quote me on this. I can't remember the city where they have just written Black Lives Matter right on the road. But I also left this entire week empty so that I can print more pictures and I can just kind of fill that out and let this be more of a memory keeping as we are basically taking part of history. So I really wanted to just take a moment to honor those that have fallen, especially during protests. I hope that you, if you are watching this in the States and you have been protesting in the last little bit, I hope that you are safe. I hope that, you know, you didn't get injured and none of your loved ones got hurt. So it has, just based on from what I've been seeing, it has been absolutely crazy. But in a big way, I also sort of feel like it's absolutely necessary because we need to break down those structures that have been really suppressing society for so long. So, which brings us to this week. At the end of next week, it's going to be Father's Day. If you did not know, you're welcome. I'm happy to remind you. And honestly, I'm going to be using a kit. This is a weekly sticker kit. This is from Capital Designs, and I've had this for a little bit. I was just, it's almost like I needed this I needed a permission almost. So stupid. But anyway, very black and gold oriented, obviously. And I wanted to use some of the designs. I absolutely think it's beautiful. So I don't know if this will actually cover the day completely. I want to at least try. Let's take a look. I feel like as soon as we cover this, you know what we could do is I can white out the days. That's what we will do. Once again, I think what I would like to do today is basically set up the basics, and then after that I can decorate everything so we can kind of speed that part up. But I think that I will actually chat with you just because we've taken a bit of a break, and I think that most of you actually need that little bit of a chat. You can also expect a little bit more videos from me this week, even though my life has turned upside down and things are just extremely busy right now. Basically, most of you will find this as you're transitioning back to work. If you're in Canada as well, and in Ontario, they have shifted so much of the rules where it feels like they're changing it day by day. So my work is now officially back, which means that pretty much every single practitioner is back to work, which is a wonderful thing. But it's also, it brings like this new level of anxiety because I love how every single time I'm filming, my watch always goes off. I don't know why, but it's like 3-4 times. It's quite comical. I definitely feel the Oh, and if you're wondering why my hands are messed up, it's because I've been using like 3 or 4 different black markers. So there's that. I think that one way, shape, or form, people will have a really hard time. If you are one of those people that have a really hard time transitioning in within changing circumstances, changing situations, I have a feeling that you're going to be shook completely as far as shifting back to work, or what does that really look like for you. For me personally, I run my own business, so in that regard it's kind of nice that I can actually set my own schedule. But this was also really eye-opening for me to see how I needed to shift my schedule so that it kind of suits my needs beyond just being a wellness practitioner. Because the pause for me made me really realize how much I actually wanted to sort of create a platform more online than in person. But then it's kind of a nice thing because it also creates more space for others. You know what I mean? It's a very interesting shift because changes affect people completely differently. Once again. Oh, and I'm also using this golden ribbon. If you are watching this video and you have been here on my channel before, please let me know in the comments where you're watching from. It's always interesting to see how far and wide the reach of YouTube actually goes. To me, it's always fascinating because I always kind of think that it's just my small little bubble, and then after that I realize that there's people from like Europe watching, which is super cool. One thing I have to say is that some of you are mentioning online that you have a really hard time even returning back to your planner. You haven't touched it since March. To me, that makes me so sad because the whole idea, and I think I mentioned this before, the whole idea behind using your planner is that partially this should be sort of the tool that brings some level of structure, but then also some level of mental clarity and inner peace, because this is a calming activity. At least it should be a calming activity. It should not be something that stresses you out. If it does, then I almost want to say you're not doing it right, but okay. I'll just put that down here. Here we go with putting stickers down and immediately taking it back up as soon as you put them down. Just cover it, whatever. We're literally down to, there's this week and then next week. Haha, that is crazy. I think that around next week, we can basically begin setting up the new life planner and start slowly moving in. So expect a separate video just on that. See, already we're looking fly. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to mention at the very top here. I started doing this a little while ago and I still absolutely love it, where I start writing down the weather. We're going to do that. And not only that, but I wanted to also point out just from last week, word of the week. The word of the week still remained That's one thing that I actually really enjoyed for, I'll show you back from May. So I had these little sticker sets where I would keep picking a word of the week. I still would like to do that. I still would like to continue the word of the week because it gives a certain structure, a certain direction to the week, I believe. I like these the gold stickers, and I definitely feel like I need to add some color in here because I don't want everything just to be black or just gray. And since we don't have a lot of stickers that are gold, actually it's not going to be practice of the week. I still want it to be word of the week. Let's wait with this. Now I feel like we can spend a little bit of time and add some fun. I really like these little die cut stickers that just sort of make things just a little bit more entertaining, I guess. This is essentially going to be, I feel like we do this the same, like all the time, where this is sort of the before the pen, but I wanted to spend a moment before we sort of close out. Well, one thing that I wanted to mention is word of the week, you guys, is important. At least to me, it becomes very important because then that sort of gives a direction of the week. The other thing that I would like to point out is that, well, in this case, I'm just using the stickers that says weekly highlights. These have become, I usually don't use stickers that says highlights. I actually had one from, where did I have it? It is actually found in, this is the encouragement kit from Happy Planner, where they had like these longer stickers. It was like this huge block of sticker that they had at the back, and like sort of similar to this size. And basically, essentially what you received is, it would say something like, I can't remember. A few weeks ago, I have done a plan with me where we have chatted about it. But what I really enjoyed about it is that it allowed me to kind of reflect back on the previous week. That's all I have. This is all I got for you guys. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we chatted, so I'm not that talkative. I thought I would be. I thought I would be like chatter platter, but I guess I'm just not. So middle of this video obviously have been sped up a little bit just to kind of make your life a little bit easier, and then you're not actually watching me in silence just planning. But I enjoyed this kit. I think that this has been really functional, and it constantly stretches me just a little bit so that my spread actually looks different. I might still do more printouts from Instagram. I like that idea, but for now I really wanted to just see if I can just use just this kit. Obviously I kind of cheated, but that's okay. I like the way that it turned out. Let me know in the comments if you have used a sticker kit from Capital Chic Designs. I would love to hear from you guys. And as always, if you have enjoyed this video, you can give me a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel. And in the meanwhile, keep planning, you guys, and I will see you guys again in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.